Here, we'll try to get this in camera for you, all right? Welcome back to Lockdown Universe, home of the bizarre, peculiar, and unheard of stories of UFO legend and paranormal lore. Welcome back, welcome back. And what did Obama say today? Well, maybe yesterday. He said aliens exist, but it's not the first time he said aliens have existed. He actually said it back in the day on Jimmy Kimmel's show. And let me see, it doesn't have the exact date when this was released. It does say 10 years ago. Maybe that's when it actually was published. But I want you to listen in on this because Obama says they do exist. And then he uses some language that says, oh, I don't know if they exist, or maybe they exist. You know how these presidents, they do this shit. But this is the new thing, right? So I want you to listen to this, and then we'll listen to the new thing, and then we'll see what we can find, okay? So listen into this for a second.
And it's unlikely that that is ever going to happen.
You never know. Go back to the beginning.
This is something I feel like if I was the president, and it's unlikely that that is ever going to happen.
You never know.
If I was the president,
it was unlikely that I was going to be president.
The moment I was inaugurated, my hand would just, it'd still be hot from touching the Bible, and I would immediately race to wherever they have the files about Area 51 and UFOs, and I go through everything to find out what happened.
Right.
Did you do that?
That's why you will not be president. Because that's the first thing that you would do. The aliens won't let it happen. You reveal all their secrets. They exercise strict control over us.
Now, you know, there are a lot of people that are going to examine your facial expressions here, every twitch, everything, and say, and of course, so did you look? Did you see? Did you explore?
I can't reveal anything.
Oh, really? Oh. Because President Clinton said he did go right in, and he did check, and there was nothing.
Well, you know, that's what we're instructed to say.
Exactly. Saying he's being honest.
All right.
There's nothing in his face that's saying otherwise.
I am Jimmy
Kimmel. Okay, so there you go. So that's him basically saying, yeah, he saw aliens. Now, yesterday on C-SPAN, they have this particular interview. I want you. It's only 22 seconds, so listen.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Yeah, and he's sipping his coffee at this point, and he's looking directly at the interviewer, and you can just tell. You can just tell he's communicating through his eyes that he knows that there is aliens. There are aliens. There are many bases that do contain them. So I'll just finish out this.
What was the first question you wanted answered when you became president?
Where are the aliens?
Where are the aliens?
And that's it. But seriously, that's what he says. Now, it was a speed round question in that interview, and you know that was the case. But nonetheless, he's basically saying, "Hey, there are aliens. I know they exist, and you'll never know." So yeah, that makes you feel good. Hey, there's my aliens here behind me. Got Dennis Rodman. He's definitely an alien right there, and got this predator-like alien over here. Everything's mirrored, so I gotta bend the other way. Stupid. Anyway, so Obama says they're real. Now he backtracked. He said they reached out to his camp because this interviewer off of C-SPAN had got read the riot act from all of his constituents, or I should say his listeners, and they said, hey, you missed the opportunity of a lifetime here, a generational opportunity to ask him more about aliens, to inquisitively ask him specifically what he was briefed on. And now he's been gone, he's been out. But the problem is that, like he said in Kimmel's show, they are instructed not to reveal anything or to say that we cannot talk about it. I can't confirm or deny it, right? That's the number one statement that they always say. I cannot confirm or deny it. Well, you can't confirm or deny it, but you could at least look us in the eye and be like, blink, blink twice if it's yes, and blink twice once if it's no, right? So we can know. We can know. You don't have to explicitly say anything. And I think that they do that with their eyes. I think that now that the Epstein files are out and everybody's name is in them, from Obama to Clinton to Bush, all the presidents are in them. It's like this dude had his finger on every president and every administration, and had some influence in there. So why am I bringing that up? Because a lot of people think that Epstein was actually an alien, that he was a reptilian, because he was eating humans. And the story about reptilian aliens goes is that they eat us for their pleasure, that they eat our adrenochrome, which is our blood, which is specifically created when there's a high amount of stress and fear in the body. It creates this chemical called adrenochrome, and then they feed upon that. Now, the theory is that they were eating babies and they were causing the babies to be very scared and da-da-da-da-da, and the adrenochrome goes higher and da-da-da-da-da. I don't want to get into the details. It makes me sick, but, that's the story. So either A, the reptilians have been here this whole time, and they've been infiltrating humankind, and they are looking like humans. They are transmogrifying themselves to look like humans, and they're going after our youth and our bodies and taking them and drinking the blood or whatever. They're vampires. Now, Roseanne Barr also stated that these people are vampires, right? That was really interesting. I thought that she was like crazy for talking about it, but I saw her on an interview, and you can hear this. This is wild.
I think that he's biblical. I think he's messianic. He's a messianic figure to me. They eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh, and they drink human blood. They do. Even answered for it, and it pisses me off.
I mean, like, where is she coming up with this? It's like she was in the Hollywood circles. She was part of it. So we know that she knows more than the average Joe. So it goes without saying that maybe there's something to this, right? Maybe there's something to these Hollywood elites knowing this stuff and trying to bring it out into our knowledge base so we can at least utilize it and try to get it out to the mainstream public, so that we can make a difference. Because maybe these guys, just maybe, don't have our best interests at heart. Did you ever think about that? Think about it. Because these guys, every entity has its own interest at heart, right? You want to eat your Reese's Pieces and your pizza. They want to eat their human flesh. That's the way it goes. Maybe you want some chicken tonight. Maybe you want some beef tonight. That shit's expensive. I just went out to the grocery store and that shit was so expensive. Goddamn, beef was like $25 for 5 pounds. And Mal was like, Jesus, man, yeah, you can make a few burgers out of that, but goddamn, that's expensive. Meanwhile, chicken is like half the price. It was unbelievable how much cheaper chicken was. But we're meat eaters too, which means there's other meat eaters out there, which means if we're not at the top of the food chain, people might freak out if they find out that there are vampires out there. Well, aren't we vampires? Aren't we the ones out there killing animals and eating them? Yeah, we are too. So, like, it's not that uncommon to think that there's some other species out there doing the same thing, or a really rich person or rich peoples or top elites that, like the movie The Hunt, they just kill for the enjoyment of it, right? That's the craziest thing to think about, but it's like the world's most dangerous game, right? So anyway, Obama, is saying, yeah, there's aliens, but I've never seen them. Well, what if he's encountered Epstein, but he never saw him transform into a reptile? What if he's encountered some other human-looking species like George Bush Sr., but he never saw him transform into a reptile, even though I guarantee you that dude was. But I like George W. because he's kind of down to earth. I hope he's not a reptile. And he paints humans. I mean, if he was a reptilian, wouldn't he be painting reptilians? I mean, he's not gonna immortalize us, is he? So I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot of interesting things to think about here. But I did think it was interesting that Obama stated that there were aliens, and then they reached out to his camp, and his camp was like, you understand that it was the lightning round. You understand that he was just trying to answer quickly. You understand that he was just trying to give you what you wanted quickly so that he could move on to the next question. And a lot of people believe that somebody reached out to him, like they got to him, like the government got to him and said, "Hey, you gotta fix this, right?" Well, the problem is that there's not fixing anything. The government's the problem. The government's the one that needs to fix the shit. They need to fix the disclosure and get the information out there. We already know there's ships. We have full confirmation of military members confirming ships that have crashed. They've been on these recovery teams. They've communicated telepathically with these aliens that have been in these crashed ships, whether they're Greys, Nordics. We had Phil Schneider who got his finger and his freaking chest blown open from tall whites. We've got people who encountered Nordics. We got people who encountered all kinds of different species trying to stop nuclear programs and then beaming themselves into secret sensitive areas and then taking the warheads out. I mean, crazy fucking shit, dude. This shit's been going on for decades, if not hundreds of years, if not maybe even thousands of years, but definitely since we started with the nuclear stuff. So aliens have been involved. We may have aliens at the top 1% of the elite. We may have aliens at the top percent of our government. We have heard that there is aliens within the Pentagon. There's been a book written about it. And we know that there are the X-Files because Lieutenant Philip Corso wrote a book about that called The Day After Roswell. Go fucking read that book. So all this stuff comes into play when we're talking about Obama saying that there's aliens, because even if he hasn't seen aliens, he's definitely read the books. He's definitely gotten briefed somewhat. He's definitely been part of these other people's lives who possibly might have been aliens themselves and working within the government. Supposedly there are other species that are working in the government that look human, that are not human. They have transmogrified and he's interacted with them. There's these guys all work together, CIA, FBI, DIA, Department of Homeland Security, all that stuff has to work with the president, not to mention the Joint Chiefs of Staff. All these guys work together. And so you're telling me throughout his 8 years of being in office, he didn't encounter one alien? Come on, man. Come on now. So, hook him up to a lie detector test. Let's see what happens. But he could probably pass it. He's probably been tested to be able to pass it, right? Been trained to be able to pass it. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that Obama knows that there's aliens or not? Do you think Obama knows there's aliens or not? Do you believe that he has never encountered them? I don't believe that. And I'm not just trying to single out Obama. It's just that Obama was just on this podcast yesterday. I mean, I could single out Clinton. I could single out George W. I could single out George Sr. easily. We could single out any of them. We could single out Trump even if you wanted to. Biden was asleep the whole time. Some people believe that Trump is going to be the one that's going to tell us about all the aliens, or at least disclose the fact that they're here. There's actually a gambling site called Polymarket where you can gamble on anything, and they set their own gambling risks and rewards, and there's like a 60% or 70 or 80% chance that they believe that he will by the end of 2026 tell us that there are aliens here. That's the most crazy shit I've ever heard. That means, in my mind, that they have an insider that knows that he is going to release that information and tell us that there are aliens. That's what I believe. Because if Polymarket's saying that, then they have some inside info. They're not just going to give away, 80%, 60% odds to for no reason. They're not going to do that. So, yeah. I mean, they would put it at a low risk so that more people would buy in, not at a high risk. I mean, unless they think that's going to motivate people to bet in. I have no idea. But it is really interesting. I don't know. What do you think? Would you bet on Trump just releasing the aliens are here and they've always been here this year in 2026? I don't know. How much would you put on it? $10, $20, $30, $40, $1,000, $1 million? I don't know if I'd be betting on that at all, because it doesn't seem like any government wants to release the fact that aliens are here, because there's no real win. There's no real win there unless you're the president and you're trying to get reelected and you're like, hey, I'm the one that told you guys about aliens, so now you got to reelect me. That would be something that would help people want to reelect you, I think. Especially so many people that believe that there are aliens. They might be willing to reelect you based on that. Of course, Trump's not up for a reelection, although there's some people out there like Steve Bannon that say that they're going to figure out a way around that so he can have a third term. So, I don't know. It's really interesting. Some crazy, crazy stuff out there. What do you think? What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to put this up on YouTube. I'm going to put everything up on YouTube. I'm going to put everything up on TikTok. And I'm going to cut some shorts out of this to put it into shorter format so you guys can read a little bit more about it. But I think that with all the crash ships, with all the presidents that have said, I cannot confirm or deny, and they've all been interviewed on big names, David Letterman, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Jay Leno, and all these presidents, from George W. Bush to George Sr. to Bill Clinton to Obama to Trump, have all said, I can't confirm or deny. But I think there are some out there you gotta imagine. And you look in their eyes, and their eyes give it away. So, what do you think? Put your comment in the comment section. Make a comment. Make a story. Reach out. Love to hear what you have to say. All right, take care of yourselves physically, spiritually, emotionally. Follow through on those hobbies and goals and dreams. And as always, continue to question the universe around you. Until next time, guys, take care. And Lockdown Universe is out. Peace. We'll play you out. Oh, yeah. See you next time.